ever learning and never coming to any understanding. What does that verse mean to you? I see a lot of people out there on YouTube and Facebook that are constantly learning, chasing after one thing after another, just constantly. Got to know about this, got to know about that, got to know about this, got to know about that. And I see these people chasing after this never-ending knowledge. It is not my desire to ever become a scholar of knowledge. And I'm going to tell you why. When I first came into Torah understanding, I wanted to learn everything. And I felt like after a while, I felt like the more stuff that I was learning, the more confused I was getting. There's so many different opinions and so many different things to look at as far as knowledge goes in our society, especially with history rewriting itself and changing all the time. There's so much new stuff to learn. There's so much rainbows to chase, so many rainbows to chase, so to speak. What I found was happening is the more that I was learning, the more confused I was coming. And not only that, but I was losing my heart connection with the Father. I think it's good for us to study. I think it's bad for us to overstudy, to overthink, to overanalyze. And I think that's what that verse has to do with. Because here's what I find with these people who are ever learning and never coming to any understanding, is they can tell you everything you need to know about translations, about Hebrew words, Greek words. They can turn the Bible inside out. They can quote you chapter and verse like that. But what I do find is not one of them is walking the walk. Not one of them is putting into action anything that they're learning. Okay? So I won't say not one of them, because there are a few that actually do walk the walk. But the majority of them have no fruit of the Spirit. They're mean, they're nasty, they're without peace, and they are constantly ever learning and never coming to any understanding. The understanding comes when you put into practice what you're learning. When you put in place the commandments in your life. When you start walking those commandments out and you do it in peace, in love, in gratitude, now you're coming to understanding. But if you are constantly one of these people that is constantly chasing after knowledge, that's not for me. And I will probably never get to a point where I sound as eloquent and as learned as some of the people who I go up against or talk with or even know. I'll never sound as eloquent and I'll never sound as learned. But what I am doing is I believe in my Messiah and I'm walking out his commandments. At the end of the day, that's all we're called to do. Learn the commandments and love your Messiah. End of discussion. Because when the books are open and the judgment comes, they're not going to judge you on your knowledge. They're going to judge you on how you walked out your Torah. I love you all. Have a great day.